In some documents, we have to enter a list of figures or list of tables, just like we enter a table of content. To enter a list of figures or tables, you should first make sure that you have added the captions for your tables and you have added captions to your figures. After adding the captions, you have to go into References and click on Insert Table of Figures. Even though this says Table of Figures, you can even add a list of tables using this option. In this box, it shows a preview of your table of figures. You can select whether you want to add the page numbers, and you can write along your page numbers, and you can add the tab leader. For example, you can add a row of dots. Here you can select a format to your table of figures, and here you have to select the type of label you want to add. So in this case, I want to give a table of figures, so I will select figure. And if you have added any new labels in a document, those new labels will be showed up in this drop down list. And you can select whether you want to include the label and number. So I have selected that as well. And now I will click on OK. So this is the list of figures. So I can name it as list of figures. And then if you want to add the list of tables in this document, you can go back into Insert Table of Figures. And this time you can select Table, the caption label as Table, and it will give you a list of tables in your document. So this is a list of tables. Let's say after you add in the list of figures or list of tables, you have added or removed any of the figures in the document. For example, I will remove this caption for demonstration purpose. And now we have only one figure in this document. So if we want to update the table of figures, what we have to do is select the table of figures, right click and click on Update Field. And you can see that the list got updated since I removed one figure. Also, there can be instances where the page numbers of these figures or tables change. For example, you can see that this table is on page number 2. Let's say I change the position of this table to another page, and now it is in page 3. And in that case, we have to again update the list. And here we have to select whether I want to update only the numbers or the entire table. So in general, we will select Update Entire Table, and you can see the page number was updated. After adding the list of figures or list of tables, you may want to change the font and the font size of this table. So maybe you can select the text and change the font and change the font size maybe. But the problem is when you update the table, the font returns back to the previous font style. So when changing the format of these list of figures or table of figures, you have to go back into the Insert Table of Figures option and then go into Modify and again into Modify, and here it opens a window just like one where we used to insert a new style, and in this window you can select the particular font and any other formattings you want to do, and even you can go into these options and change whatever the changes you want, and those changes will be applied to your table of figures, and I will select yes to replace the table of figures. And now you can see the font has changed, and even if I update the field, the font remains the same.